Edward and Bella's forbidden love affair has finally come to the big screen. Thousands of teenage screaming girls are going to erupt in the theater. Twilight is finally here.
I know what you are. Your skin is pale white and ice cold. You don't go out into the sunlight.
Say it out loud. Say it.
Vampire.
Are you afraid?
No.
I'm Eric from SceneStealers.com, obviously, and with me today is Whitney Matthews, media junkie and blogger for WhitneyMatthews.com.
Hi.
Interesting title for a blog.
Yeah, it's my name.
I have to be honest with you. I had ulterior motives for bringing you here today. Whitney's actually read the book, and I think that she's a little bit more of the target audience for the Twilight series than I am.
Yes, I would completely agree. Gentlemen, this is the worst date movie possible. When you leave the theater, your girl is not going to be thinking about you. She's going to think about America's next big movie star, Robert Pattinson.
Really? America's next big movie star?
He's hot.
He is hot. You know
I would
what?
pay $20 to see him every day.
It would be interesting to see if he could do something besides this, because he really inhabited this role so well. And in this movie, okay, you've got this love affair between the vampire, who's very mysterious, and he just can't tell her what's going on. And it's like, the outcast teenage girl, and this is a really good relationship that works best when they're apart.
As someone who's read the book, I was ultimately frustrated with a few different scenes. There were some big points where the plot was supposed to move forward, and it didn't get there for me.
I really think that the best thing about this movie were the relationships and the characters, which is odd because I expected a lot of emo industrial music and evanescence and montages of cool vampires flying around, and it's really not like that. They really stick to the love story.
Well, and just the relationship between Bella and her dad, but also the relationship between the vampire family is something that's really great and actually brings a lot of comic relief into much needed comic relief into some pretty tense situations.
This isn't real. This kind of stuff just doesn't exist.
Does in my world.
As much as I thought that there were problems with the film, cinematically I think it's all over the place. I don't know if Catherine Hardwicke was up to the task, but for me, I was surprised at how well most of it worked, and I was able to forgive a lot of things, especially, the fact that all the vampires look like vampires and nobody seems to notice. There's just some things you have to kind of look past, if you're going to accept the premise. And I think once you do, you'll be surprised that the love story actually works.
Not only does the love story actually work between the two characters, but they leave, I think, the fans of the book satisfied toward the end with the open-ended ending, bringing room in for the next 3 books to be made into movies.
They certainly set it up for a sequel. Yeah.
Yes. So if you haven't read the books, I think the ending is going to leave you a little confused and a little unsatisfied. As a fan of the book and a girl who appreciates fine-looking men, I'm going to give it a minor rock fist up. It wasn't a home run, but it was good enough.
You know what? I'm absolutely agreeing. I'm giving this a minor rock fist up as well, as a man who didn't expect to like the movie and thought that the relationships were surprisingly well formed. It definitely misses the mark a couple times, but this is better than I thought it was, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing the sequel.
Me too.